he had to run to the, he'll be right back.
Oh.
Marion.
Oh, ignore that.
Well, you guys are diehards.
Yeah. Wow. We had a meeting of our own, so.
So I wish I could have been more
all of you while we were out there.
Should I have wait outside so you're socially distanced?
We're gonna go. We're
Yeah.
gonna.
I'll believe that when I see them.
Yeah, we're gonna skip over committee reports too. We'll save those for January for the new year.
Brandon, if you want to sign this one, waiting. Is it in our lawsuit?
Sending.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get one? Not yet.
Make sure you got the right one.
Here's mine.
I mean, it'll just.
Just as your name above mine.
Well, at this time, we'll go into the opportunity for the public to address the board. I'll go past the minutes for now. If anyone has anything they would like to address the board. Hey, that didn't do us any good. Hey. Right back where we were.
John, did you sign yours?
You don't, yeah, you want it, oh, you want it back.
Yeah, I guess we can approve the minutes without Commissioner Holmes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of the November 19, 2020 Board of Commissioners meeting.
Second.
All right, we have a motion, second, Commissioner Marks. Any corrections? Commissioner Holzhausen's back. We're voting on approving the minutes.
Sounds good.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Minutes are approved. Move on to approval of the bills. Commissioner Palmer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to approve the invoice edit reports dated 11/20/20, 11/24/20, 12/14/20, and 12/11/20, and authorize the warrants be drawn from the Treasury for same, and that also includes wire transfers, ACHs, and EFTs for a grand total of $3,868,750.18.
Second.
Motion and second. Pay the bills. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner McMaster?
Yes.
Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen?
Yes.
Chairman Ruhle?
Yes. Bills are approved. All right, I'm going again. Public. All right, no one. We're gonna skip committee reports so that we can be a little more expedient tonight. We'll get those again in January when we reconvene, since I'm sure most of them have hardly met anyways. So we'll go into economic and physical development. Commissioner Plowman?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move to approve the resolution of the chairman's appointments to the county advisory boards related to economic and physical development.
Second.
We have a motion, second, Commissioner Marks. Discussion on these, they are provided in front of you. They have not changed since the other day. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
I move to replace the elevator valve in district court at an amount not to exceed $20,000.
Support. A motion support.
I have a quick question, Mr.
Yep.
Chair, because I wasn't here on Monday for this meeting. Is this just an age thing? Is this a failure in maintenance? I mean, what's the backstory on this?
Age.
Okay.
Anything else? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen?
Yes.
Commissioner McMaster?
Yes.
Chairman Ruhle?
Yes. Motion carries.
I move to approve the minutes of the December 14th, 2020 Economical and Physical Development Committee meeting.
Support. We have a motion, support Commissioner Holzhausen. Discussion on the minutes. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Those minutes are approved. You can go into your
Thank
finance
you, Mr.
report.
Chairman. I'll go on to Finance Administrative Committee report. I move to approve the bid from Anderson, Tackman and Company, PLC, for our annual audit.
Second.
Motion, second, Commissioner Marks. Discussion. Roll call.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Fallon?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen?
Yes.
Commissioner McMaster?
Yes.
Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Chairman Root?
Yes.
I move to authorize the county administrator to make needed year-end budget adjustments to close out the 2020 budget and present these adjustments at the January 2021 regular board meeting.
Support.
Second.
Motion, support, Commissioner Holzhausen. Discussion on this? Do I need a roll call? I probably do. I'll do a roll call on these.
Commissioner Fallon?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen?
Yes.
Commissioner McMaster?
Yes.
Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Chairman Root?
Yes.
I move to approve the 2021 budget resolution and adopt the 2021 budget as presented.
Support.
We have a
Second.
motion, support, Garber. Discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
No.
I would say Tracy did ask me to look over this. Today, I have looked over it numerous times through the process, and she has been absolutely meticulous. She was upset even to the point where there was a dollar sign in a place where it shouldn't be. So I know we've said this again and again, but she has done a phenomenal job, and I feel very confident in moving forward on this budget.
Good. And next week, we get her some much-needed help, so.
Yes.
All right, anything else? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen?
Yes.
Commissioner McMaster?
Yes.
Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Fallon?
Yes.
Chairman Root?
Yes.
I move to select Manor Wealth as the county's retirement provider for new employees and authorize the county administrator to set up the new program.
Second.
We have a motion, second, by Commissioner Marks. Discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Holzhausen?
Yes.
Commissioner McMaster?
Yes.
Commissioner Garber?
Yes.
Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Fallon?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Chairman Root?
Yes.
I move to purchase a 12-channel audio mixer in the amount not to exceed $7,992.65.
Support. We have a motion, support, discussion on this item. We did get this on Monday night. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner McMaster?
Yes.
Commissioner Root? Sorry.
Yes.
Garber?
Yes.
Garber, thank you. Commissioner Marks?
Yes.
Commissioner Fallon?
Yes.
Commissioner Webster?
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen?
Yes.
And Chairman Root?
Yes.
I move to approve the replacement of a circuit court deputy clerk at a grade 3, not to exceed step 2.
Second.
Motion, support by Commissioner Marks. Discussion, are we filling a vacancy?
I have a quick question, because I'm aware of why this vacancy is occurring. Have we approved the filling of the vacancy this person's gonna go fill? No?
I can't remember if it was on last month's.
It was not, it was
No.
part of their union agreement, from what I understand, that she could apply for.
So she can move into vacant positions,
She could apply to move into it.
even if the
internally.
position's eliminated?
Yeah.
And we haven't approved the filling of the, I'm not trying to cause problems here at the last meeting, but this is something we've struggled with, or I've struggled with 4 years. And we have some stuff that gets posted, some stuff that doesn't, some vacancies, the fillings are approved and some aren't, but so be it, we can continue.
Can I say something, because there's inconsistency, and some have said, well, I don't have to post, and I said, yes, I do. But some people say, because it's in my budget, and it's already in my budget, that I shouldn't, so that's where the confusion comes from. I was gonna do it regardless, but that was a discussion. Someone's like, you don't have to do it, you can just hire. And I said, no, I don't believe so. So
I believe there's still a hiring freeze in
that is a
effect.
conversation that took
Yeah.
place.
You can't hire without board approval.
If we don't have a hiring freeze in place, did we ever lift that?
No.
Okay, so because there's an ancient hiring freeze in place that we've never dealt with, which maybe isn't the time to deal with it, I'm not saying that, but because of that, you would have to still cut us. Hiring freeze happened before 16 when we all came on. We and I came
No,
on.
before that.
Even before that.
It's been around a long time.
Oh,
It's been around since 8.
Been around since 2008.
That's
So, I
ancient.
mean, someone,
So from 08, there's an 08 thing that happened.
It's a good practice.
I mean, it's a good thing. I mean, it's a good practice so that we know. I mean, we have been in a year where we were looking at positions being kind of dropped off that may not be needed. You know, anything that's kind of redundant services, we were looking at skimming. So, I mean, it is kind of good that things come here. We kind of had the understanding, where this person's going, I thought we had an understanding that position was going away, but
because I had called Dr. Boggs and said, hey, this is what's happening, I basically was, because 2 more weeks for the clerks. and we've already
This isn't, I mean, this
splitting.
is
So I said,
good.
well, we're gonna, do you mind if I do this? And he
Sure.
said, just don't offer a position, and I didn't.
Oh, no, I think they're talking about.
None of this is directed towards you, Karen.
No, I don't.
Okay. You did what you had to do. You knew there was a time crunch. You called Dr. And we appreciate that. Okay.
yeah.
So
The
if
evening's
it's,
getting long.
if it's in your budget, it still have to come before you, regardless.
Yes,
For now.
unless,
For now.
unless you fall under one of these specific exemptions that apply to the judicial branch under one of the MCL laws.
Okay.
Good.
Can we provide that? I'd like to see the MCL laws for the courts and their separation of powers or assumed thereof.
Yes.
All right, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen, Commissioner McMaster,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes.
I move to approve the contract for workers' compensation with Broadspire.
Support.
Motion, support, discussion on this. Saving money?
Yes, we are.
Boom. Perfect. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yeah.
Commissioner McMaster,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes.
I move to approve the minutes of the December 14th, 2020 Finance Administration Committee meeting.
We have a motion?
Support.
And a support. Discussion on the minutes? Corrections? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Those minutes are approved.
Mr. Chairman, that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Plowman. Go to Public Safety and Courts. Our last committee report from the one and only.
Mr. Chair. Agenda item A, I move to approve the resolution of the chairman's appointments to county advisory boards related to public safety and courts.
Second.
We have a motion, second, discussion on the appointments. It is only the Central Dispatch Board. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is approved.
Item B, move to authorize the sheriff's office to purchase 10 new Axon X2 tasers and equipment to support said tasers for a total cost $15,804.50.
Second.
Motion, second by Commissioner Marks. Discussion on this. We had our overview of this the other day. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yeah.
Commissioner McMaster,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks.
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. Motion's approved.
Item C, move to approve the sheriff's office Tire Procom Incorporated to purchase and install 800 megahertz booster amplifier in the sheriff's office and jail for a total cost of $10,853.50.
You said that in one breath.
That's right. We have a motion on the table.
Get good at this.
Support.
Support, Commissioner Garber. Discussion. You know, I always get into these contracts like this where they always get the 50 cents. Like $10,800.50. There was one where we had a penny
I know.
for a server, I think. It was like
Yeah.
something in 1 penny.
Penny.
All right. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Holzhausen,
Yes.
Commissioner McMaster,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. Motion's approved.
Agenda item D, I move to authorize Chairman Rutt to sign a 2-year Shared Technology Services contract with the SRESD for the Sheriff's Department from January 1, 2021 to December 31st, 2022, for a total cost of $155,000.
Support.
So a motion, support, give that one to Commissioner Plowman. Any discussion on this? Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner McMaster,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. It's approved.
Item E, I move to approve the minutes of the December 15th, 2020 Public Safety and Courts Committee meeting.
Support.
Motion, support, discussion on the minutes, corrections. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Those minutes are approved.
Mr. Chairman, that completes my final report for the near future.
More to come?
We'll get to that later.
All right, thank you, Commissioner McMaster. We'll move to Health and Human Services, Commissioner Garber.
Thank you. Agenda item A, I would move that we approve the resolution of the chairman's appointments to county advisory boards related to health and human services.
Second.
The motion second by Commissioner Marks. Again, the resolutions is in front of you, Mid-State Health Network, several on the Sanitary Board of Appeals, the Solid Waste Committee, and one reappointment to the Veteran Affairs Committee. They're all in front of you. We are still lacking members on solid waste, I believe. We may be one down. We still may have one. Do we have one opening on sanitary board? We've only got 4 on here. There's only 4 members.
One's a health
Who was
All right,
asking?
then we're good.
Who was asking about the Mid-State Health Network Policy Board?
Me.
Did we ever find out?
We haven't yet. I've
Okay,
tasked Bob
that's
with
fine.
that to be the
That's fine.
his new
That's fine.
homework.
Okay, that's fine.
So, all right. Anything further? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion approved.
Agenda item B, I would move that we approve the grant agreement between the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Shiawassee County Health Department for essential local public health services in the amount of $1,692,898 for a period of 10/1/2020 through 9/30/2021, and authorize the chairman to execute the agreement.
Support. We have a motion, support by Commissioner Holzhausen. Discussion on this. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner McMaster,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Commissioner Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. Motion approved.
Right, agenda item C, I would move that we approve the service agreement between the Shiawassee County Health Department and Memorial Healthcare for expanded COVID-19 testing in the amount of $40,000, and authorize the chairman to execute the agreement.
Support. The motion, support, discussion on this. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Garber,
No.
Commissioner Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen, Commissioner McMaster,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
No. Motion approved.
Agenda item D, I would move that we approve the contract between the Shiawassee County Health Department and ALZY Environmental Services for registered sanitarian services in the amount of $35 per hour for an average of 24 hours per week for the period of January 4th, 2021 to December 31st, 2021, and authorize the chairman to execute the agreement.
We have a motion and second by Commissioner Holzhausen. Discussion on this. All right, roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Marks,
Yes.
Commissioner Webster,
Yes.
Commissioner Plowman,
Yes.
Commissioner Olshausen,
Yes.
Commissioner McMaster,
Yes.
Commissioner Garber,
Yes.
Chairman Root.
Yes. Motion's approved.
Lastly, I would move that we approve the minutes of the December 15th, 2020 Health and Human Services Committee meeting.
We have a motion to approve the minutes.
Support.
We have support, Commissioner Plowman. Discussion on the minutes, corrections. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Minutes are approved.
And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Garber. We'll move to Committee of the Whole report. Chair, Vice Chair Marks.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At this time, I would move to approve the minutes of the December 16th, 2020 Committee of the Whole.
We have a motion, support by Commissioner Webster. Discussion, corrections on the minutes?
I have a question. Is this, I recall the meeting that was subject to you spoke about it earlier this week, redaction of the word December, or am I on the wrong meeting?
Wrong meeting.
Okay. Was that the finance meeting?
That was last month.
That was last month,
meeting.
November.
Okay. All right. So we already approved last month.
It's already good to go and it's been
All right.
corrected.
Make sure.
All right, anything else? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Those minutes are approved. All right. This time, I think we've touched on our budget. We've touched over some of the good things we've done this year. As everyone knows, after the meeting, we're going to have our picture taken, put up on the wall. But we do have our outgoing commissioner, who we weren't sure if he wanted to say anything or if he wanted to speak, or
I'll speak.
would you like to say something?
I'd like to say something.
I'll let you have the floor.
If you guys can bear with me for a couple minutes here. So it's been 4 years. Kind of want to start at the beginning, which was filing day in 2016. Really didn't have an intention of running for commissioner. No one else showed up, and I can't stand what I call government by default. So I filed. I waited for somebody else to show up to file. I was going to withdraw my name. No one showed up. So I had the ability, so I guess I had the responsibility to run and hold office. I could have taken this as a joke. I did not. I served, worked very hard the first 2 years, decided I did my time, and I decided not to run. I left that first term, I left still a little confused and uncertain. Still had a lot of questions about local government. Much like my two former colleagues, Mike Bruff and Mark Coscarelli, the three of us would talk often down on this end because we were new and didn't really know what was going on. Unfortunately, Commissioner Horvath passed away going into what would become my second term. I felt that I was the most qualified, and I was asked by some of my colleagues, so I put my name in. And I'm glad I did. It wasn't until I had finished my third year that I fully understood what was going on here, not just with county government, but with Shiawassee County government. And this includes the budget process, the relationships, labor agreements, human resources, a lot of stuff I did not know. I've been involved in government for over 25 years, and clearly there was a lot to learn, and there's still a lot to learn. But I worked very hard in those 4 years to represent my district, but also at the same time look to what benefits the county as a whole, and sometimes there's conflict there. We operate in a democracy where the majority rules, but I always took care to listen to the minority. Sometimes the minority is right, sometimes the minority is wrong, but I always tried to listen to them, and if I could, incorporate some of their concerns into the final product. A lot of this pertains to time spent on the Planning Commission, zoning issues, land issues, wind and solar issues, stuff that's come before the board. Recently, we published a newsletter, and in my farewell address, I drew upon comparison with Teddy Roosevelt's political speech, Man in the Arena, relating it to my service in the last 4 years. And many have asked, what are exactly some of the victories and defeats that we encountered? And I have a list of about 25, roughly 25, and some of you probably don't, until you start writing all this stuff down, you realize how much we've done. So I'm going to run through that real quick. We had the solar energy issue. We had the wind energy farms. We built a 911 center. We assisted Larry Johnson in the building of a new health department building. We built a new drain office and buildings and grounds complex. We conducted a wage study and gave wage increases, the first time in 20 years. We lent our support to Project TIM, whether it be through economic development block grant money or just facilitating conversation with local governments. We held a veterans hearing. A lot came out of that veterans hearing that we didn't know about. We purchased a second van so we could have the freedom to haul any veterans under any circumstance to any appointment. We reduced the veterans millage, and there was some other stuff that we did with the Veterans Committee. There's the Wassel Racetrack, there's Proline, Feitner Boat and Dock, there's brownfields that we approved out at the Great Lakes Fusion site. We did a jail feasibility study, we had a failed jail millage. We formed some reform committees for technology, investments, retirement, pension, healthcare. Some of this we've already started on, and obviously we voted on some of this tonight, but we have new healthcare system. We're adopting the 401k. We did an early out program. There's a lot of technology changes that we've made. We've helped restore the sheriff's office with Sheriff Begol in the last 4 years, with road patrol, and some other issues with the community. We've had 2 state of emergencies under Chairman Rutt. One was the multiple tornadoes in Vernon Township, where we had to provide a lot of county resources, and the second obviously is our ongoing pandemic. We created Shiawassee County to be a Second Amendment sanctuary county. We've worked very hard, and this goes for a little more back than 4 years, but definitely in the last 4 years with our county parks, along our river, a lot of improvements. During that time, our river has become a state water trail and a national water trail. The establishment of a jail garden, the establishment of a newsletter. This last budget balanced what I truly would call a balanced budget, a good, responsible budget. Out of the last 4 budgets, this is the first one that I voted for. We've organized our administrative office to help with our fiscal concerns we've had here in the operation of the county. We've worked with Judge Stewart on the specialty courts. And the list goes on and on. A lot has been done in the last 4 years. There's been only 2 votes that I've regretted and that I've lost sleep over, but in the end, if I had to do it again, I'm not sure I would have had any other choice. I probably would still vote the same way, which isn't too bad when you only have over 4 years, 2 votes that are keeping you up at night. As for the critics that I mentioned in the farewell address, some are employees, some are constituents, mostly it's print media, some social media. The media has been the most unfair to us, as me as an individual and us as a group, as the board. A free press is important to the process of democracy, but it's counterproductive when it censors items, it tries to manipulate court trials, lawsuits. It doesn't report on elections, it tries to participate in elections and the outcome of elections. But despite all that, it has only served to motivate me to work harder, and I know the rest of the board as well. So, for my colleagues, Brandon, when my vote differs from you, it's a wake-up call about tax dollars, taxpayers. And you seem to always have the gavel when I'm out of control. And I don't know if that has been a good thing or a bad thing. Cindy, you're a constant reminder when you say this is still the United States of America, which is code to me that we need to remember to protect everybody's constitutional rights in our daily way of life. Mr. Plowman, your smile and constant positive attitude and steady hand of the gavel has always been a reminder that everything will be okay. And your institutional knowledge is priceless over the last couple of years. So thank you. Gary, your no votes and your common sense message reminds all of us, or should remind all of us, of who we represent. Marlene, sometimes we are together on an island away from the board, sometimes we're not, but I appreciate your willingness to move on after the issue when we have both been strongly opposed to each other. Chairman Rupp, it has been an honor to serve with you under your leadership for 3 or 4 years. Part of being a leader is knowing when to be a follower, and I followed you. I've learned from you, and I hope you have learned from me also. So with that, I have other projects, other stuff to do, and I thank you, but there will be more to come.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioner, or Vice Chair Marks, you would join me down in the front again. Now, with all that being said, you know, I think it's hard to top what Commissioner McMaster just said. But I feel like over the years, yes, you do develop a camaraderie, you do develop a friendship. And I didn't know Commissioner McMaster before he invited me out to a breakfast one morning that we ended up being at for, I think, 4 hours. You know, and getting to know Dan was
Poor Dan.
it was definitely
All good.
it was definitely a privilege and an honor. I appreciate serving with him. He's always been the guy that you can call. He's always been the guy that's stepped up. When we talked about the emergencies, 2 state emergencies under my leadership, it's been Dan that I leaned on. It was Commissioner McMaster that was there the whole time. It was him that served in the EOC. So to just say we're losing a commissioner, or we just had a commissioner on for 4 years is you know, doesn't cover it, you know. And I know in the past people don't make big spectacles of somebody leaving after 1 or 2 terms. But Commissioner McMaster's been more than a commissioner. He's been a friend. He's been, you know, and I think we're going to miss his personality. We're going to miss his way of doing things. I think, no, I've never been in a meeting where a former judge was added to a non-existent lawsuit. That happened under Commissioner McMaster. So it's been an honor, and we just wanted to serve you with, you know, thank you for your years of service. Dan, if you would come up here with us real quick. It says in 2020, Board of Commissioners presents to Daniel McMaster for 4 years of service to the citizens of Shiawassee County as a Shiawassee County Commissioner member. And we thank you, and we look forward to what's to come. Thank you. And thank you. All right, Dr. Botch, you're up.
Oh, thank you. I'll be very brief. Two important things. Number one, thank you for approving the budget. I think that we're in a very good place to begin 2021. And an important update on the audit. I have received a draft that I have to comment and make just a couple of notes on, and it will be done. And you will be getting it very soon.
In the best seat carded.
Excellent, excellent. Anything further from anyone else at this time? Last opportunity for the public to address the board, if the public has anything.
Yeah, I'd like to.
Go ahead.
So apparently I was reappointed tonight, I didn't see the list of names, I think I'm on there.
Yep.
Yes.
I appreciate that, and from some of the comments that were made at earlier in the week's meetings, it's been a little rough. It's understood, we had some times on our board where, you know, the commissioners and, you know, nothing meant personally, of course. It was just trying to look out for the best, in my opinion, of the EMS system and the 911 as a whole. And hopefully we can get through all that, get past that, and I promise to represent EMS as the best I can on the 911 board. So,
Thanks, guys.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else at this time? For those of you who may not know, this is Mr. Broder. He'll be replacing. He's got some big shoes to fill now.
Yeah.
But in case anyone didn't know, Mr. Broder. All right, with that, we will be adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and thanks to the commissioners. Now we'll do our picture, yeah.